Everything looks fine. Hi! Right? Yes. Hi, I'm Lorraine Fire. How is everyone? Not that anyone's here yet. Might wait a little bit. Especially it's like, there it is. It's like, where did I put the Krita one? Anyway, hello! I managed to do something to my shoulder and it's really annoying. I'm just giving it a couple of minutes before I actually move over. As I said, really annoying. I'm literally waiting 2 minutes. Well, at least until my phone says it's 9:02. But we're just doing the textures on the Dragon and the Phoenix. In theory, that won't take too long. I'm going to switch over now. But yeah, in theory, it won't take too long. I do have a hair appointment to get to today. Okay, everything looks right there. I'm not sure I want to start with the Phoenix. Where's the one for actual... There's the textures. I'm not sure I want any of these for feathers. First, let's take the red. Because I want it darker than that. I'm not sure that's... Nope, that's dark enough. That one could work. That's gonna also take a very long time because in all reality I'll need to zoom in. Where's the paintbrushes? That seems better. I'm still going to need to zoom in. Start up here. Let's see. Bird feathers. I'm really sure it's going to be like this. But I'm going to look them up to be safe. Yes. As long as you get both directions in there. Gonna need gold too. Okay, how do I like that from a distance? Simple answer. I don't. Let's go to the basic first and use this. And bigger. I'd have to hit undo so many times that it's not worth it. Let's go back to this texture and try the hair one. It needs to be smaller for one thing. Hello. Hi, Eric. I'm doing okay. How are you? Maybe bigger than that. Turn down the opacity. Nope, I don't like any of that either. Thank you. Can I find a texture I like? I probably will not like this one. Yeah, definitely not. Maybe I'll skip over to the dragon. What's this one? Much smaller than that, that's for sure. That would be okay for the dragon scales. Thank you. Do I have anything that would work? Preferably without having to do every single individual line myself. Not that one. Now I'm going through every single tag. At the rate it's going, I think I'm gonna have to do every single line myself. I don't think I'm the best, but I think I do all right. This is probably not what I want. It is surprisingly closer than I thought it would be. Let's turn that down more. Thanks. I'm not really all that good at talking usually. Okay, what was that under? There it is. Like, I want it to be somewhat subtle, but not too subtle. Too subtle, it blends in with the whole thing when it's printed. I think that kind of works. What if I turn down the opacity? I'll fiddle that with that once I've gotten the rest stuff. Let's finish the feathers that I'm already working on here, at least the red part. It takes practice. I've been practicing pretty much my whole life. I know for a fact since middle school. I still have sketchbooks from then. They sucked. But it's proof of how I've advanced. Okay, let's get rid of some of the stuff that's now in the gold. That's too big now. But I actually got to a point where I'm going to be at RadCon in February, and I'm actually listed. Do I have one of the old sketchbooks even up here? I know I have them, but are they up here? How old is this one? This one's high school. Okay, this one's high school, at least. Not as old as middle school, so it's definitely better than the middle school ones. Let me see. Let's move that out of the way. Okay. So this, I haven't switched it yet. One sec, let's turn that light on. Okay. As I said, I haven't switched it yet. This is from high school. Let me... That one has a full color page. Give me a moment. And it's midly from behind. Maybe I should do the front. I hate these so much. I think I still had movement down okay. Yeah, I hate these so much. Give me a moment. Okay, I think I found what I'm willing to show. It's at high school, and it's... Wow. It's It's been almost 2 decades since I graduated. It's a weird one to think about. Okay. This was high school. There's a lot more in here. But yeah. I keep the sketchbooks because it helps show how much I've progressed. I think that's all I'm willing to show right now. I'm gonna switch back. I'm glad you like it. I had a DeviantArt in high school. I have not removed anything off of it. It's still there. I'm really sure it's still the same username and everything that I've been using. Yes, I've been using this username for a really long time. Oh, I do still have that saved up there. I don't remember any of that. Yep, I don't remember any of that, and I don't want to have to try and find the login. I'm pretty sure it's the same. Pretty sure it's the same username. Have I switched back? Yes, I have. But I also... I think I may have put some ears up since then, but I haven't really touched the DeviantArt page at all. Did I finish erasing what I wanted to erase? I think so. There it is. And as long as you keep practicing, you get better. There's some of my various doodles and stuff I don't have anymore because, well, it was in... Thanks. Yeah, I don't have a lot of the doodles I used to have because they were actually in school notebooks and I wasn't keeping those. Glad you like the live stream. I don't want everything. I just want hints to make it look like feathers. It's the individual feathers I want the whole thing. Let's rotate this. Thanks. trying to figure out where exactly this is. Whoa, that was way more than I wanted. I have 3 pets at the moment. 2 cats and a dog. One of the plots eventually is actually to get back behind me actually organized. You can't really see it at the moment. And potentially get a cat tree for the cats to hang out on while I'm streaming. But that'll be a lot of work because there's a lot of stuff I have to do to even get it to that point. What kind of dogs? Mine's in a, what is it? Aussie Shepherd mix or something like that? He has this tiny little stub of a tail. Well, is it cute? I like dogs. Okay, what's a bubble? I'm presuming that's a mixed name. A mixed breed name. Some of that went into where I don't want it. My cats are a tuxedo. Who's very good at being obnoxious. He's a cat, so. His name's Smudge, because he has like this black spot on his nose. The Aussie Shepherd mix. His name's Trey. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. We adopted him a couple years ago now? I think. Maybe? overdone in that area a little bit. I'll find out when I zoom out. Thank you. I have speed draws that go up on Wednesday too, by the way. Drawing, sewing, making more wire ears. Though then I have to the sewing and wire ears, I then have to actually make sure I sit right in front of here, and so it's not as easy to record. So they don't get recorded as much. But the wire ears and dragons are more likely to actually end up on, like, Instagram and stuff. I'm trying! I got distracted, but in February, I'm gonna be at RadCon in the Artist Alley and in the art show. RadCon is in Pasco, Washington. But I'm actually on the announcement list of the attending artists. For RadCon. And people that are actually earning a living off their art. So hey, progress! I really can't. The most likely time I'd be able to do so would actually be like after work, because I do have a job to help actually pay for this. Because I do not make enough money off of this to live off of it. My live streams are Sunday morning, and every once in a while I might throw in a random one, like I did for Halloween. I did do a Halloween stream. So the most likely times I'd actually give an extra stream would actually be Friday nights. Not seeing any obvious marks within those. Okay. Let's put that back. I think that kind of works. Okay, I need the gold color now. I actually have my live stream scheduled to when I'm actually available to live stream. Which is mostly Sunday morning. And it's in the morning so I don't forget later. Had to go somewhere, huh? But yeah, my live streams are Sunday morning because then... Morning so that I don't forget, and because I'm actually available Sunday. I have work otherwise. Plus general housework and other things. So yeah. What time is it? It's only 9:30. I've only been going half an hour. Either when I'm done with the textures, or when I have to get ready to go for my hair appointment. That's not the one I wanted. That's what I wanted. So pretty much if I don't finish the textures by, 10:30, I'll add them to the shading one next week. It wouldn't be that difficult to search the business name, but I think at the moment I'm just gonna say, I don't remember if I've actually said the state before, but I live in the Pacific Northwest. Did not take you long. Okay. I think I'm gonna look up peacock tail feathers. Not trail, tail. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what that means. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a misspelling in there, but I want good. Fascinating how those sit. Okay. Technically, the Phoenix's spots are sort of backwards. Because they actually, peacock feathers actually point out. It does not matter, really. Yes, I have work tomorrow. I work Monday through Friday, so the most likely times for me to get extra live streams is Friday night. I have stuff I need to get done Saturdays, so that's why live streams are Sunday morning. Also morning, because seriously, I'm going to forget if I don't. That's better. Hopefully the day is good. We're just at the beginning of it, really. Now that feels too dark. Okay. You don't need to announce everything. If you want to tell me you have to go somewhere, you can also just say be right back. Some of those might be a little too subtle. Okay. Pretty sure bird beaks are actually pretty smooth. Give me the word I want, phone. Yeah, pretty smooth. So let's go to talons. Which, yes, as I thought, looks scaly. Where's my splatter? Come on. I want to rotate you. Okay. I need that on a different layer. This black goes too far. And then I'll merge it. Hello again. that what I want? It's definitely the better of the two so far. Let's make that smaller. I think I like the splat better, but which one? That's pretty general. That, I like that. Let's make it a tiny bit bigger though. Let's do the other one before I go to the eraser. Give me the eraser. No, I'm gonna do basic. I'm using this as an eraser. Okay. The Phoenix might be done. Okay, Eric, what? Because I'm not good at guessing. Merge that down. Especially with people I don't know that well. I'm not that great at guessing with my siblings, so... onto the dragon. Was there something that was supposed to be in between that? Because I feel like I missed something in there. Okay, it's not really on the overside of the wings. Let's get that original blue again. Like, yeah, moved out where? What? I don't even know what was going on here. Let's zoom in a bit. Maybe I should make that smaller. I want the impression of scales than actual scales on here. Okay, what kind of lizards have frills? Komodo dragon? Maybe a Komodo dragon. Or not. Bearded dragon. And iguanas. Those guys have frills and spikes. Wow. That's a lot of thorns. Looks like the individual spikes are fairly smooth. What? There's nothing... Oh my gosh. This is a problem. I've been on the wrong layer this whole time. How far back do I have to go? Okay. I was on the color layer. This is why I like doing digital. Not textures, I wanted the paintbrush. All the way down at the bottom. I know there's other YouTubers as artists. They're just harder to find. Because, well, YouTube doesn't have a specific art section to actually look through. As far as I could tell, entertainment was the closest I could find. Like, where did my cursor go? Sure. There you go. Spikes are fairly smooth. Horns are relatively smooth, actually. Some texture, but not too much. I think I'm gonna leave the underside of the wings smooth too. Might need the splat for the eraser here. Why do you want me to type again? I mean, I'll do it. I'm just curious. Good enough. I apparently need to dust. What did I just do? I don't know. I know I forgot to actually go click over in the chat. I don't know what that was. I chose something random. And I like cats. They're one of my favorite animals. Though my favorite animals, my top two, are foxes and owls. Cats are probably number 3, if I had to actually figure out an actual number. Looks better? Well, that's something you can either lean in or decide you don't like. Ultimately up to you. So it tends to be even more fun to lean into something when they mean it as an insult. Although if it's over like text, it's really hard to tell. It can be really hard to tell otherwise. smaller pen for the inner parts. Little parts that aren't quite erased in these. Looks better. Rotate this and go to the spines. Yes, I've heard of it. I don't understand the hype. But I have heard of Labubu. Really, it's thanks to Style Theory that I've heard of it. And I probably would have tried to figure it out after the county fair because they were everywhere. And I probably would have been going, what is this thing, if I hadn't already seen the Style Theory videos. Because they were everywhere. And more often than not, if something becomes popular that I was into, I drop it. Sort of happened with Bleach, but I'd actually finished what I thought and felt like a complete story when they took out Aizen. Yeah, I thought they looked more creepy than cute. Still don't get the hype, but that's me. Forgot that was on. Computer, what was that sound about? don't know what that that sound was, computer. Or what it was about. Because I didn't plug anything in. And if it was about my tablet, it's been plugged in. This whole time. Don't really unplug it. Well, thank you for at least checking it out. Pretty sure I actually live streamed the original coloring of this too. Now I'm curious. It'd be easier to look on my phone. Probably. Admittedly, it'll have been a few years ago now. Yep, there it is, 3 years ago. 3 and 4 years ago. Probably also December. Like December, January. So yeah, I did the original coloring in a live stream too a few years ago. The biggest problem is the fact that it was in RGB and so many things need it in CMYK to be printed. Otherwise the colors are way off. And the whole thing's so much darker. It'll be interesting when I get to the background, which may take a bit. Because I still gotta get the shadows and stuff, and the background itself will probably take a bit. The original color of the background was based off of comets. The actual coloring of comet trails. I like really an eclectic mix of music, but my favorite band is actually Within Temptation, which I think the best thing would be like symphonic gothic rock or something like that. It's kind of a complicated one. And then my favorite individual artist is Lindsey Sterling. If you're hungry, go get a snack. Let's grab the bigger brush. And we'll be here until I'm done with the textures. Especially when I think the main thing I have left is actually cleaning up the dragon. And then seeing how it looks when I'm zoomed out. This will probably take longer than you getting your cereal. I still have the back spikes to go. Let's rotate this. I feel that goes too far down. Okay. Make that a little bigger. That feels better. That was not the one I wanted. I want the basic, so I can go back to this. And now back up the other side of the dragon. Rotate that again. I keep seeing lines I don't like, but I didn't want to have to... Okay. But I didn't want to have to clean up and fix any lines, because that would have taken this so much longer. I just wanted to recolor the whole thing. That didn't go too far. Okay. The scales almost look like freckles on its face. little worried about it being too subtle on the Phoenix, but I think it looks good. Okay. That was fine because I wasn't moving much or stretching out that way. Okay. Better? So, should I shade the dragon or the phoenix next week? Because it'll just be one. Shading tends to take longer than textures. Usually. That's why I chose to do the textures this week. If anyone has an opinion. Hello again. The textures are done. And I have a question. Should I shade in the phoenix or the dragon next week? Yep, we still got... And we still have a bit to go on this, because we still have the shading of the dragon and the shading of the phoenix, as well as the background. And the background, depending upon what's going on... With what I've done before, in theory it will only take one stream for the background. Hello, Manga Nerd. The phoenix. Sure, we can shade in the phoenix next week. It's like, it's all gonna get done eventually, it's just what are we starting with? I am finished with the textures and the stream will be ending soon. Let's go ahead and select the opaque on the phoenix and get that. Pretty much it's set up for next week. Save it. Okay. But this is it for this week. Everything okay over there, computer? Okay. Yep. Textures are all done. I will be back next week to shade in the phoenix. And that's really just about it. Well, thank you for coming and watching. Okay. Yes, thank you for coming and watching. I'm Lorraine Fire, and, well, if you like this at all, please subscribe if you haven't already. And, well, I'll be back next week to shade in the phoenix. Bye!